Hey guys.
Welcome back.
We're actually recording in person
We are.
today, which is nice.
It is nice.
Um,
You might have already noticed this doesn't sound like our normal intro.
yeah, this is not a normal intro. You've also noticed probably this episode doesn't have a number. You probably know what this is from the title, which we haven't titled it yet.
Yes, that's
it's not
true.
like update or our message to the world or my
My
final
apology. My apology video.
thumbnail of us
Crying.
wiping tears from our eyes. Hey, so we just kind of wanted to update you guys. We missed an episode last week.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually haven't recorded in a while because we pre-record things, and so
And dang it.
ruin the recording. No, I'm kidding. Just me, your computer. So we pre-record things. So we actually haven't recorded in like a long time,
Mm-hmm.
even though we just missed 1 week. Anyway,
We kind of wanted to make a episode, not really an episode, just a short little message out here for you guys to update you on what's going through our minds about the podcast, our plans, what we think we're going to be doing with it in the future.
yeah. So D20 Academy as a company, I guess. We'll call it that. I don't know the official whatever. As a company, still exists and will continue. I'm making a course for it, working really hard on that. Maybe still want to do YouTube stuff. I don't know. But it should still, D20 Academy should still exist. If maybe just business side, so selling courses and stuff like that. However, this podcast is something that I started over a year ago. We have a ton of episodes. Gabe hopped on, maybe halfway? Maybe you've recorded about half of the episodes with me?
Yeah.
I'm not super sure. So he's been on it for a real long time. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun for us. It's been cool connecting with you guys and being able to talk about all the things we like to talk about and rant about all the things we rant about. But I don't know, man. It's been, I don't know, we just haven't been super inspired recently.
Mm-hmm. We just haven't had a lot of topics that we have enough to talk about, really. With the niche that we've built for ourselves here on this podcast, we just haven't felt inspired to talk about the things that this podcast has been about.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine to have a niche kind of, top. Obviously, that's good, so when you come, you know what the podcast is about. And that's fine. And there is still a plethora of topics and things that we can talk about. However, there's a couple things. We don't want to talk about a topic if we don't have a lot of input on it. We're not going to talk about something if we don't really have a lot to say about it, because then it's kind of a waste of time.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't want to talk about things we don't care about, really. We don't want to produce mediocre content.
So this podcast it might be going in a new direction.
Yeah.
Who knows? We have some ideas of things we can do for the future.
Yeah.
Straying into a little bit more of either a general rule with just whatever nerdy things we want to talk about, or the other idea is that we build games.
Kind of. I mean,
Kind
not
of.
officially. We have
No.
yet to publish and actually publish
No, but as a hobby,
yeah,
we've built a bunch of games in the past.
A bunch
and
of
we're
games.
Working on several games currently
yeah,
that you guys might find interesting. We have a couple things going on, and if you guys want to hear about them, we can obviously make episodes about that. About the
Yeah.
games we're working on, our progress. If you guys like the idea of the games, you can talk about them more.
yeah.
and show
Play
to
test
you.
them with us. Add
We
our
love
ideas.
playtesting.
Yeah. So we've, at least me, I've always loved game design and stuff. So my whole life has just been building board games and stuff. And then once I found out about RPGs, then my own RPGs. Obviously, a lot of them have been crappy. A lot of them don't get past the idea stage. Me and Gabe have made a couple tabletop games. We've made components. We've play tested. We've tweaked a bit. Never have gotten really super far in any of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then RPGs, I don't think we've never finished
No.
an RPG. I don't think we've even play tested an RPG. But yeah. So my dream, obviously, is to eventually kickstart a game or something like that. Whether it's a RPG book or a tabletop game or whatever. And we're just getting better and better. The more we play games, the more we build games and stuff. And we both like making homebrew as well, which kind of ties into this. So if you like our homebrew stuff, like our class rebuilds, and things like that, then that's kind of the same vibe. Just yeah, if you want to hear us like talk about the games that we're making, as we kind of like do a little different log entries, as we're working on them. We can't promise that they're going to be consistent. Is that something you guys want to hear? I don't know. Let us know in the Discord or on Instagram or whatever. And we want to continue class rebuilds. Those are really fun. And if we have a topic we want to talk about, we're going to talk about it.
You can't stop us.
You cannot stop us. We're going to talk about it. But I think, yeah, I don't know. It's probably not going to be as consistent, which is irritating. I'm sorry. But I don't think it's going to be as consistent or...
Yeah, sorry, because... Let's say if our podcast is in, it's not like we're a massive thing where a lot of people are waiting on our episodes. We appreciate the audience we do have.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, obviously.
We're glad that you guys listen to us. And because of that, we want to put out content that we like, that we are passionate about, that we have input on, not just putting out regular episodes because we feel we have to.
Mm-hmm. Also, we're not making any money off of this. And so this is like hours of work every week to do one of these, to outline it, and then to record it, and then to edit it and stuff. And this is not making us any revenue, and the idea is that like it's fun, which is why we do it, but also that for down the road we're slowly building an audience. We're slowly so that one day it can actually produce revenue, which would be the dream, right? Being able to talk about D&D and make money off of that's crazy. But if I launch this other stuff with D20 Academy, I can build a bigger audience, and direct those people towards the podcast, and the more the podcast grows, the more time we can devote to it, because it'll start like becoming an asset. Does that make sense? So if it's starting to actually like make us money, then we can spend time on it, because we're both adults and we need to make a living. So,
Mm-hmm. So in short, we don't actually care about you. Forget what I just said. This is actually all about the money. So the more you donate to us, and the more you give us, the more we'll say we like you.
So the main announcement is we just started a Patreon. No, that's not true.
We just started an OnlyFans. For only the fans of this podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, so once again, once we have a bigger audience, if this other D20 Academy stuff, because I will actually be paying for ads to market this course and stuff like that, I will be getting an audience from there. We can get more people listening to the podcast and stuff, and all that jazz. And it'll be, once we have like a bigger audience, then more people listen to the podcast and stuff. Obviously, it's not just about the money. That's obviously we wouldn't have even been doing this podcast for this long, because we're not making any money off of it. But as people who have limited time, and need to, are trying to survive, we can't just be devoting all these hours to this podcast if it's not really going anywhere or anything like that, if that makes sense. But we still want to do we still will get inspired, and we're gonna record things. But it would be really helpful if you guys let us know like what you're feeling. I don't know, like
I'm feeling like
blank.
Muffins.
Like muffins.
Muffins this morning.
For that, what are you feeling? But like, what do you guys want to see? Do you guys like the class rebuilds? Do you guys want us to bring back something else? I don't know. What do you guys want to hear us talk about? Us go through homebrew. If you guys want to hear us do our entry logs for our games that we're designing. Once again, we can't promise to be consistent with any of these things. Or like, I think it would mean a lot if you like said, I'm having these problems or whatever. Like that ignites something in me. I really like helping people. I love getting new people into this hobby and stuff. So like if you're on the Discord or the Instagram or YouTube or whatever, and you're like, I love an episode on, dealing with problem players, or figuring out how to plan, or starting in a new campaign plotline or whatever, or whatever it is, that will inspire me, and maybe we can do an episode about that or something.
Mm-hmm.
But just, we just don't really have a lot of things that we're super inspired about or that we want to talk about, other than like rebuilding the D&D classes. Also about D&D. Here's the thing. D&D, great, right? Me and Gabe, we love it.
Mm-hmm.
We've played it for years. So much. Played so much D&D. Had a really good time. Obviously, we talk about D&D a lot on this podcast. We review the books. we look at D&D homebrew on the Discord. We did the class stuff, class spotlights. We're doing class rebuilds that have to do with D&D. But both of us, at least me, I'm getting a little burned out. A little D&D burned out. Once again, great system, great for introducing new players to the hobby. But we've just played it for so long. I've seen the light too. We have tried out other systems. I don't know. I'm kind of bored of it. If that makes sense.
Yeah. From like a content standpoint, D&D
is oversaturated.
Yeah,
content, yeah.
It's oversaturated of a lot of alike content, you know? Mm. A lot of new things that are released are often rehashed versions of other things we've seen before. A lot of games play out with... A lot of the rules are very... Yeah.
Combat plays out very similarly, yeah. Stuff like that. Also...
not saying it's a bad game. Again, not saying it's a bad game.
No, it's fantastic. Love it, obviously. But there are other people out there who are talking about the same things we're talking about when it comes to D&D and stuff. Yes. Once again, it's good to... It definitely, if it has to do, like, an opinion, it's fun. It can be fun to listen to people's varying opinions on, like, a product or, like, a whatever. Mm-hmm. A homebrew or a class or whatever. That's fine. And we would love to put our 2 cents into that. However, I just thought of something, actually. So our actual play that we did was really fun. It had a couple technical issues, but for the most part, it was fun. Yes. And we kept it short, which I think was a good idea instead of like starting a whole campaign or whatever. But here's the thing: as cool as that is, and I know a lot of you guys actually listened to that, and hope you guys enjoyed it. You can find people playing D&D like infinite amount of playthroughs. So like we want to play games that nobody else is playing. If you're like, hey, the Star Wars Fantasy Flight game, Star Wars RPG, how does that work? I can find like no playthroughs on it. We want to play those games because that's adding new content to the market. We're not selling anything, but you know, that's helping people more than just playing D&D, than talking about D&D. You can find a review about a D&D book everywhere, right? Or about a new class or whatever. But the other more niche games, which we love and we would love to support, D&D does not need any more people supporting it. But, you know, other smaller games and systems and stuff.
If you tell me to play Ars Magica, I will cry.
We're not going to play Ars Magica.
Nobody listening to this probably knows what that thing is. It's just something that I have found that cursed me.
It's an RPG. Anyway, we're not going to play Ars Magica. But yeah, like we want to talk about other things. We've been playing, obviously, Star Wars. We have a Star Wars campaign that I'm running. And we have been playing it for like almost a year, 10 months maybe?
I don't know.
Not sure. Anywho, I think, no, maybe almost a year. Could be September. Wait, talk while I find this.
Okay. Yeah, we've been playing it for a long time. It's with the Fantasy Flight version of the Star Wars role-playing game. It's been quite fun. It uses the Genesis system, modifies it to fit the setting and the rules they want to implement. A lot of cool things to deal with it. Cool class trees. Crafting's really interesting. We can modify your weapons and equipment. Mm-hmm. It's a great game.
Yeah.
It's a great game.
And I found, like, no playthroughs. There's a couple. Some just are just, like, first sessions. And then Cosmonaut, the Cosmonaut Variety Hour, do you know that YouTuber? Yeah. I like that guy. He has Cosmonaut Tabletop where they play D&D, and he also has a little Star Wars campaign as well. Oh, so I started listening to that one. I stopped listening to it for reasons just, I don't know. I don't like their dynamic or whatever. That's fine. The personal preference. I don't like the way they play. But, okay, so we started September 21st. So one more month, then we'll hit a year. Wow. On the Star Wars campaign. Yeah, we've been trying out Pathfinder. We did a whole episode on that because we're pretty psyched on that. I want to do like a fantasy Genesis. I love that system. I think I've always wanted to do a pirate campaign, always. Mm-hmm. And I think Pathfinder works really well for a pirate campaign. I love the Genesis magic system, social encounter system, crafting system. I love that for Genesis. Though I do like the complexity for Pathfinder and stuff. So, you know, and nobody's playing these games. You know, so if you guys want playthroughs of these kind of games, a new game, not D&D. You know what I mean? Let us know. Because I think that'd be cool. Or just want to hear us talk about or give our opinions on things like that. Because everyone's talking about D&D, and that's fine. D&D's great. D&D's cool. But I don't think we're gonna. If we're gonna talk about D&D, it might just be our opinion, or it's just gonna be mediocre compared to someone who has more money, who has a bigger audience, who can do things better than us. And we don't want to, create wasted content, right? We don't want to waste our time. So, yeah, I think that's a cool idea.
Sorry to leave you guys on like an uncertain note here. We threw like 5 ideas at the wall. We'll see what sticks. Let us know what you guys would like to see, like to hear from us. Please respond to us. We want you to respond to us.
Please, we need friends.
Please, we need friends. I've been trapped in the sky.
Yeah.
Trapped in the sky for how long now?
Yeah,
so comment on our Instagram. Comment on our Discord. Let us know. We really want to hear from you guys. We, again, want to say that we really appreciate our audience here. Thank you for taking time out of your day, out of your week, to come and listen to our podcast. I hope you guys have enjoyed the ride so far. Mm-hmm. And it's not ending, it's just changing.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you guys so much for, slowly growing. My audience has slowly, grown over this year or so that I've been doing this podcast. Actually, the whole point I started the podcast was for my business, my D20 Academy as a company, so I could sell products with it and stuff. I wanted to just be producing content, already building an audience. That was the point of the podcast. And I've kept it up, which is kind of crazy. It hasn't died. It's like the only thing that I've ever done that hasn't died. By that I mean, like, if I'm like writing a book or designing a game or whatever, it usually dies. Yeah. I don't continue doing it. And it's really cool. Once again, we're not totally done talking about D&D. We're gonna talk about D&D. We're gonna finish these class rebuilds. Those have been a lot of fun. And don't be afraid, like, if you come on Discord, like, if you have a question about D&D, well, we'll still help you. We'll still talk about it.
It's not like D&D is banned from our minds now.
No. It's just that we have found ourselves kind of getting bored with it. We've been transitioning to other RPGs. Yeah. To just get a different kind of fun, a different kind of experience, more complex games, stuff like that. Now that D&D has... I mean, the Player's Handbook is ingrained on my soul. I've helped dozens of people create characters before in my life, 5th edition characters. And at this point, I don't need a Player's Handbook. I can, tell you everything. I can take you through whole character creation without ever referencing the Player's Handbook.
We can, make a character in, a minute.
Yeah, me and Gabe can make, D&D character so quickly. We, have memorized everything. Maybe not the backgrounds, but, whatever. I can list the backgrounds, but not all the skills and the equipment they give and stuff like that.
I can make, a half-orc barbarian outlander in, 30 seconds.
Yeah. So, we're pushing into more unfamiliar territory, trying other games. But yeah, we probably won't be posting as consistently. Sorry. Please reach out to us if you have ideas of things we could do, or advice or anything like that, things you want to hear. If the concept of actual plays of games other than D&D sounds enticing, if there's a game you've been thinking about, but it's too intimidating for you to get into or whatever, we'll do a podcast episode about it. Or we'll do an actual play so you can see how it works. Stuff like that,
So until then, enjoy the silence. I hope you guys don't miss us too much.
We'll do a class rebuild soon.
Yeah.
Next month sometime.
It's coming.
Second week of next month or something. I don't know what our little rhythm was. Look out for it. It's the cleric. Yes. Honestly, we're just biding our time till we get to the paladin. Okay. And our mystic class rebuild, guys. That's gonna be our bonus episode. So
double the length of the mystic class.
So guys, to apologize for us doing this to you, to stopping our consistent posting and everything, our apology gift is a 5-hour mystic class rebuild. Just kidding. We hate the mystic. Well, no, we love the mystic. I mean,
it's great.
It's great. Okay, thank you guys so much. Really, we do appreciate all of you guys. Let us know anything, just whatever's going through your head right now.
Yeah.
You listening right now? Go onto the Discord and comment what's going through your head at this moment.
Yes. Even if it's just roasted goldfish with marshmallows, just let us know.
Not that. Well, that sounds kind of good. All right, guys, we're gonna go eat roasted goldfish and marshmallows, and we'll see you. We'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.